This is the plaintiff, Timothy McDonald. He says his brother-in-law, the defendant, was attempting to get his life back together after recovering from a drug problem. And he loaned him money to get an apartment so he could get his kid returned to him from the state. About a year later, the defendant got a great job in construction, making about $70 an hour, and he used his newfound wealth making extravagant purchases. He even bought a $10,000 truck. This set his wife off because he still owed him the $1,100 he loaned him, and he needs to be paid back pronto. That's why he's here suing. This is the defendant, Darren McCormick, Jr. He says his superstar big sister, the plaintiff's wife, helped him get his life back together, and she gave him the $1,100 to get an apartment. This was a gift to help him get back on his feet, plain and simple. When he purchased a pickup truck for work, the plaintiff got all crazy. He was disinvited from the family get-togethers and doesn't understand why he's coming after him now for the gift his wife gave him way back when. He's accused of being an ingrate.
All parties, please get ready. Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Mr. McDonald, you are suing your brother-in-law, Mr. McCormick,
Yes.
for $1,100 that you say he owes you and refuses to pay. Tell me what happened.
Basically, Your Honor, Mr. McCormick suffered through some difficulties with drug abuse.
What kind of drug?
Heroin.
Heroin. You are married to his sister, correct?
Yes.
All right. And how long have you been married to his sister?
Over 8 years.
Over 8 years. And so how long have you known him?
Probably 10 or so.
Okay. So what, when he suffered with those problems, what ended up happening to his life as a result?
It was just spiraling out of control. And while he was incarcerated or in rehab, I'm sorry, I forget, his daughter was in the custody of Child Services and being
Why was your daughter in the custody of Child Services?
My daughter's mother got in a car accident, high on drugs with my daughter, lost custody of my daughter.
And you were in custody. What kind of custody were you in that you couldn't just go pick up the child? Where were you?
I was in the rehab, court mandated. I'm on drug court now.
Okay.
It was all something going on with drug court.
All right. So you couldn't get your child. She couldn't keep your child. And how old is your child?
She's 7 now.
And this happened when? How long ago?
About 2 years ago now.
And where did she end up going?
My grandmother's.
Okay. So at some point, he's trying to get everything together to be able to get custody of your child, correct? And this is a couple years ago. And he's looking for a place to live because the first thing that the Department of Children and Family Services is going to demand is a stable place for the child to go, correct?
Correct.
All right. And where do you go for the money to do that?
Well, I started working a job. Wasn't making that much money, $12 an hour. At the time, I was trying to find a place. My sister offered to help me, give me money for a security deposit. Dreyfus assisted with the other half, and that's how the whole thing went.
Okay, but are you supposed to pay her back?
There was no agreement on paying it back. I didn't even ask for the money. It was offered to me. She said, "Don't worry about the money. Get on your feet. Do what you gotta do. Get your daughter back. Try to have a better life." There was no agreement on paying back or no loan agreement or nothing like that.
Why wouldn't you have to pay it back? It's a lot of money. It's $1,100.
I never said that it wouldn't be the right thing to pay it back. But there was just never no loan.
But that's exactly how you behaved. That's how you lived your life. Because the problem is that once you did get on your feet, then you bought yourself a truck and you bought this and you bought that. And your wife your sister kind of got hurt about it, right?
Correct. And then when all this was happening.
How would you feel if that happened?
No, I understand. I tried offering Tim $100 a month. I told him how I was still struggling, even though all this stuff is still struggling. $100 a month, just so we can put this aside and be, strong family again. We're really family oriented. He told me no, he wanted it in full. There was no way at that time I could even give it to him in full.
Where's your wife? Is she in the courtroom?
No.
You just said no. You're under oath. She just raised her hand.
You have to hit me for contempt.
What are you doing? Were you more afraid of her than me?
I'm respecting her privacy. She wanted
Don't
to be
say
here for
no.
me, but
Just
she didn't
don't
want to be on
say
TV.
anything. Or are you going to say no? Trust me.
Yes, Your Honor. I am
Not
more
you.
afraid of
You
her than
stop
you.
talking. I'm not talking to you. You're the sister? I want you to trust me. Will you trust me? Come on up a second. Step aside a moment. Yes, we're in. Yeah.
Raise your right hand.
Sure,
You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, my dear. You have a great husband who's willing to lie to a judge, a mean judge, right to my face. No, and I'm going to just chalk that up to panic, okay?
Love.
Yeah, love and panic. So your brother came upon some difficult times. Were you too close when you grew up?
Yep.
Were you too close all your lives?
No, when he started getting into drugs and stuff, we kind of separated, but he did a complete turnaround, and he was doing awesome. So we were talking
And
every
she was
day.
so proud of you, because I've read the text.
So excited for him.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so this. This is awesome. Blah blah blah. So let me just ask you: if when your life was at its lowest point, the person who took money out, do you have children?
Two.
Out of her children's mouths, to make sure you got your child back, don't you think that maybe you should pay them before you buy a $10,000 truck and before you take vacations and before you do other stuff that they're seeing? What was it that you were seeing that made you feel like you were being completely disrespected?
It was just one thing after another. Jewelry for him and his girlfriend, cars, clothes, shoes, you name it. He had a smoker for the backyard he claimed was for family gatherings, and it was just one thing after another.
And so you write to him and you text him. Do you have those texts? Do you actually have them in the phone?
Yes.
I do.
Oh, I love texts in the phone. They give me
Permission to
context. Who are
post
you,
text?
new girlfriend? I'm sorry, not new girlfriend, girlfriend?
You have to scroll back pretty far.
Just thank you. Pink and blue is...
Yep.
Yes.
Pink and blue is who?
Who, right?
One will say brother on it.
All right, you say, I don't have the money for security deposit and blank. And she asks you, well, how much is it? And you say, it's like $10.50 a month, so I'm not sure if it'll be just 1 month or 2 for security. And she says, okay, well, we can help. You say, I hate to even ask you to do something like that. And then several hours later, maybe you guys talked on the phone or something, she says, like 1,000. Okay, sounds good. And then you tell her, I found a place for rent. Could you still help me out like we talked about? How is that not you asking her for money? Well, Dyfus doesn't want Samantha staying there, so with my only income, Samantha is who? Is that you? Why didn't they want her staying there?
Just Dyfus has to run thorough backgrounds, and I mean.
Come on up.
At the time, I was on a program, drug court, and so when
How are we all doing right now?
Good.
great,
How are we doing? How long have you been sober?
Almost 3 years.
How about you?
4.5. At the time, I graduated drug court, and when he first got it, they had to run a check, so they said they wanted to get him into the place as fast as possible.
Okay.
And it would take a little bit to run my check.
Okay,
they
so
wanted
there's
to
all
just-
this finagle.
Yeah.
And then you tell her, I need 1,100. I didn't ask for it. You tell her, I really deeply appreciate it. She writes, yes, I do, and you are welcome. She's checking up on you, telling you how awesome it is. You're telling her how you're cleaning the place up, how Sam's mom helped you clean the place up. That's good. Gratitude's nice. She tells you, oh, your child must be so relieved to be home with you. So by April, you've got your act together. Did you get a new job?
Yes.
And was it paying more?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So why isn't your first thought when you're getting paid more to start paying this back?
I was still trying to really get established, and I love my sister. I ain't trying to not pay her.
Well, it looks like you're trying to not pay her because she had to sue
Well,
you. I mean, come on.
I did
Your
blow
si-
it
I know
off.
your sister loves you. She didn't
Yeah.
want to come out here. I dragged her up here. You noticed that, right?
Yeah, I
she
know
was
that.
going to leave him to fight her battle. And even though it's her pain, because I can see it from the text. So your sister definitely loves you, but I have to ask you, do you love
know.
her? Do you love her?
Love her very much.
Well, then why are we here? Why did this happen? Why couldn't there be some kind of, she expresses to you how she feels about what's happening and tells you, we really need to talk about stuff. I am so sick of hearing about you spending all this money when you never even paid me back my $1,000. It was $1,100, right? Tim tries to say, this is my favorite part. I love this part. This from the same man who said, no, my wife's not here. I love this part. Tim tries to say that I shouldn't get on your case because he believes that you can't just live to work and that you need something for yourself. Do you know how nice that is for your brother-in-law to say? Let him breathe a little, let him have some happiness in life. You can't just live to work. Wow. I say that. I just found out that you didn't even pay off your drug court with your tax money. That's ridiculous. You're out buying necklaces, tattoos, smokers, and who knows what else, while I had to borrow money from Tim's dad this week. You act like people are asking a lot from you, when in reality, Tim and I are the only ones getting taken advantage of. We babysit for you every week and never ask a thing from you, and I don't even want anything for it. The only thing I wanted was a little consideration and decency from you, but you don't give a about anyone else but you. Your response 2 hours later is, really, Jen? That's how you feel? Okay, then I'll find a babysitter. So the adult between you two says you're missing the point. This can go one of two ways. You can either accept and understand the fact that I'm trying to talk to you about my feelings and make you recognize that it's the disrespect and the lack of consideration that bothered me. Or we can be immature and turn this into a fight that it doesn't need to be. I'm not telling you I hate you and I never want to see you again. I'm telling you I'm annoyed and there's a problem here. I think it would be petty if you had someone else try to get the child. Just because I'm annoyed doesn't mean I'm going to screw you over for a babysitter. I'm just trying to tell you how I feel. I'm not trying to fight. If you are annoyed by what I said, cool down and we will talk later. Okay. And how does that talk go?
He said he was going to pay it back. He said he was trying to get ahead, and he was going to pay it back when he got the money.
Okay, there's a text by you saying, look, I know I owe you money, Jen, and I haven't been giving you it, but I needed them. I haven't gotten shoes or anything in over a year, because she's getting upset because of some $200 boots she saw you buy.
He bought work boots, he said, but Tim had bought him a pair of $180 work boots. So I
And you
didn't
need to-
know. I was trying to.
I do bulkhead, and I
out.
work.
What's bulkhead?
I build the walls with the big pilings between land and water. The clothes and stuff I run through is just ridiculous.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
Okay, but
steady.
what real reason, what possible reason could you have to not have paid, that?
Well, I admit, I was blowing it.
How do you feel
kind
right
of blowing
now?
it off. I was
Right,
just
because you wanted the money for yourself
and
and Sam instead of for the people.
Well, I've struggled for 10 years. Like with the truck, I've took the bus. I had to wait for hours taking a bus for years. The first time I got my license back, I paid off motor vehicle. I paid off all my fines. It's just, it all went so fast. When I was talking to her after all them text messages, she said, it's not about the money. We ain't worried about the money. We just wish you would just talk to us and stuff like that. And it was never a push on like, hey, I need this money right this second. She said, I know you're trying to figure things out.
It's now five
and I get
months
that.
after
And
that.
I tried making a payment arrangement with them.
Well, by
When
now
all
you
this
should have
happened-
saved the money and paid him, right? Because it's been
It
5
could've-
months.
yeah, it could've went that
You
way,
could have,
yeah.
it could have. It could have gone a lot of ways that it didn't go, and whose fault is that?
It's my fault. And I get that.
When was the last time that you saw her?
Just last weekend,
Where did you see each other?
she brought her son over to see me because it was his birthday party. I wasn't allowed to go. And I've been texting her and I've been telling her, I love my family. I love her kids, and this is just ridiculous. If it came down to the money, they
Then why
made it
didn't you
out
pay
like
it by
they're not
now?
worried about getting the money. That's what they made
No,
it out
but
to
you
seem.
you don't
And
understand.
I do understand.
They are worried about getting the money. And they don't need to need the money to want the money. That's the part you don't understand.
I do
If
understand.
you did, if you really got it, you would have paid this already. You would have figured out a way to pay.
I just been struggling. I got
struggling
my
that much.
mom, my father living with me. I got 4 adults that don't work. I'm
Yeah,
like
you know
trying
what?
to like take
In
care.
a year, you could have paid this money back. It's been a year.
I could've,
If before April, before they start seeing you spending this money, you had been making the $100 payments, you would be done by now. If you had made any effort, if you had said, hey, listen, I have another 100, I have another 200, I'd like to, if you had been putting it in a bank account if they wanted all at once, whatever it is, there was a way. Don't tell me there was no way. How much have you paid? $1? No. It's the principle. Do you understand?
I do understand
it's
that.
not okay if you don't pay them if they are better off than you. Okay? You love your sister? Do you feel like she was there for you when you needed her to be there for you? Has she ever not been there for you?
No.
Are you sorry it's gotten to this?
Yeah, oh yeah. I've tried texting her countless times in the past couple months to try to just be like, get this over with. I give you this.
Do you
like,
love your brother?
I love him so much. I hate that this is happening. I love him so much.
When you guys saw each other last month or whenever that was when you
Last
brought.
weekend.
When was it?
Last weekend.
Last weekend, and that's because she brought her kid to come see you on your birthday.
On her, no, on
On
her
his
son's birthday, yeah.
Okay. Because he missed you so much?
He had a party, and my brother called my sister and said that he wanted to talk to my son. And I thought it would be nice if you went over there and bring him a piece of cake and brought him a piece of cake so that.
Well, did you stay in the car or did you come out?
No, I came out. I got and stood in the yard, but I let them, have a few
When was
minutes.
the last time you two hugged each other?
Couple years, feels like.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, if you loan somebody money, a friend of yours, and they don't pay you back, and then you find out they went on this nice vacation or bought a car, would it piss you off?
Absolutely. I would probably end the friendship at that point.
Did it happen to you?
Yes.
It happened to me too. What do you say?
Probably be pretty pissed, but I don't know if I'd end a friendship. I'd probably.
Really?
Yeah.
I suppose it's like a $500 loan, though. They don't pay you back.
A $500 loan. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but I'd probably.
How about 1,000?
1,000? I'd be.
How about 2,000?
2,000's a lot of money.
How about 5,000?
Okay, that's too much. Yeah.
They're done with you.
Yeah.
Cookies.
Sure, for sure.
Going inside the courtroom.
Go over there and hug your sister.
No, I love him. It's not.
Go over there.
I know.
Let's get past this, huh? Let's get past this. All right? Your brother-in-law is a good guy. He loves her, which is the most important thing to you, because he just lied to my face, and I think I'm pretty scary about whether she was in the room. But he also said something that's very profound. When he tells her, let the guy live a little, he gets it. He gets that you have to live a little. And that's so much more caring than most brother-in-laws would be. So figure your junk out, guys. Just figure this out. But I'm entering a judgment against you for the entire amount of the $1,100, and I wish you all good luck.
Thank you.
Both sides, let's hold on right there, please.
Yes.
Well, in this very interesting family dispute, we've kind of heard everything between you guys and watched what just happened in the courtroom. How do you feel about what's gone on? What just happened?
No,
here?
I agree with the judgment. I love my sister. I was hoping it didn't go this far. I kind of pushed the limit on paying back on the time, but I agree with everything she said.
So what happens now?
I don't know. Hopefully we just move on from this and regather our family.
I mean, she obviously cares deeply for you.
Right.
And that's got to make you feel good. At the same time, feel bad about the way you treated her, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, good luck to you. I hope you can work it out. All right?
you.
You must sign some documents. Mr. McDonald.
Sir?
And your mystery wife.
She's not here today.
Yeah, I know. So how do you feel about what just has happened? What's going to happen now?
I hope we move on from it. I'm just sad that it had to get this far.
I think we have to give him some credit here. Him being willing to step in the right direction and try to fix this. He doesn't have the best attitude about it, but it was his attempt.
A step in the right direction, as you put it.
Correct.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see.
We'll see.
Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Have a great
Okay, hope it works out. Harvey?
Look, Doug, if you're dealing with family, you got to try to work this out short of going to court, and it may involve compromising where each side gives a little. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.